Hi, I'm Michael and welcome to my urushi studio. Today I will apply, once again, gold leaf on some of my pens, but this time it will be slightly, in case of one of those pens, slightly different technique and slightly different gold leaf, and it will be much more layers of this gold in future steps. I will be using transparent urushi, but not a lot of it, because I just need to wipe it on the surface of the pen, and actually not even I will be not painting with the brush, but rather with the piece of special paper like lint-free tissue. As usual, filtering and here we go. Pens are already prepared, so I'll start with the completely different one than last time. It's yellow. It's already something like 10 layers, something like that, including base layers. The pen itself, the ebonite the pen is made of, is bicolor. It's swirl. So I had to first cover those colors, including threads, with base urushi, then applied, as far as I remember, four or five layers of yellow urushi, mixed from the paste I buy in Japan, in Watanabe Shoten. Okay, I will prepare all the pieces of the pen. As you see, I'm not using any brush, it's just a piece of special tissue. It's lint-free. It does not tear easily, and it's perfect for wiping. In Japan, or many other artists use mawata, which is silk, like looks like cotton, but it's made of silk. But I decided that this tissue is much better for me, and it works well, and I have no problems with single pieces of this, single strains of silk staying on the pen and complicating my workflow. Okay, this time I will be using gold in so-called transfer leaf. It's used by many artists for gilding, not only in restoration of artifacts of different kind, but also in painting and in just covering with gold different stuff, like furniture or something like that. It looks like this, or here maybe. It's very thin, it's glued, maybe not glued, but it's sticked somehow to the piece of paper, and it's much easier to operate. There is also gold, which is just without this transfer paper, but it's very difficult to use it. Urushi is very sticky, so it's enough to touch those pieces here, and it tears away easily, as you can see. Okay, now I will use brush to make them stick better. I will not cover the whole pan. I will apply it quite chaotically because there will be much more layers of gold and urushi in following steps. So I'm not worried when it tears or breaks or anything unpredicted happens with gold leaf. When gilding, you're usually trying to keep the surface even and not to tear the gold leaf and to cover the whole surface. You're planning to cover with gold, but not in this case. I think it's enough and it looks okay, and it will be ready for another transparent, very thin layer tomorrow, maybe day after tomorrow, and another layer of gold. If you want, you can paint with urushi just a piece of a cup or barrel or whatever you're painting, lacquering, and then try to stick the gold leaf only to this part. It will stick only to this part because the urushi is sticky, the dry urushi is not, and after it's cured you can easily remove the rest of the gold leaf from the area you don't want it to be on. So, as you can see, it's quite fast and quite easy, to tell you the truth, especially comparing to some other techniques. Okay, this is it. Each layer of transparent urushi will make the gold, which is directly beneath it, slightly less visible. So it will become like a many layers Tamenuri. I'm not worried about the pieces of gold here because I will be applying gold also on this pen. You probably remember this one because I was lacquering it in one of the previous videos. And now I will just add some more gold. And probably the last time I'm doing this, and then only transparent layers and finishing. So same procedure, but a different gold. This time I'm not using powdered gold. I will do this in one of the future videos. It's the most traditional, I think, technique of adding gold to urushi and with urushi to the pan, so called maki-e. Maki-e is sprinkled design, sprinkled picture. So you covered pieces or whole pan with urushi and then sprinkle gold or silver or platinum or tin with different tools and different grade of this powder of gold to the surface of wet and sticky urushi to make a picture of it. It's really difficult. It's one of the most difficult things you can imagine doing pens like this. So I'm just starting to getting a grip of this technique. So it will take much more time, but I hope it will be worth it. Okay, so once again gold. This gold, this one I'm using right now, is so-called edible gold. So you can buy it even in some stores for chefs, for cooks, especially for pâtisseurs, so people who make cakes and stuff like this, because it's used in food. It's food grade gold. Actually, every gold is food grade. Pure gold is always food grade, unless someone adds lead or something like this to it. But it's rather unlikely. So pure gold is, you can eat pure gold. It can't hurt you. And this gold is pure. It's 23.9 carats pure. Okay. And this one was mostly covered at the top, so I will try to replicate this with two different grades of those gold flakes. So first, bigger ones at the top. And slightly smaller ones below. It might look slightly chaotic, but it doesn't matter because the design is to be slightly random. Okay. And the section, I will use what's ever left. And done. Another one. Okay. That's it for today. So very short, very fast, and it's quite easy to tell you the truth. Thank you.